Hi, one of us here at Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. It's Week 12 in college football. It's Thursday, November 17th. We are talking with Steve from collegefootballwinning.com. We're going to talk to him about UTSA and Texas A&M. Steve, of course, his website is collegefootballwinning.com, and his formula plays are in full swing, full gear right now. He'll tell us a little bit about that after we break down this interesting matchup here. Texas A&M, right? They lost the battle of replacement quarterbacks last week against Ole Miss. They're sort of in the midst of one of their typical late season swoons that we have seen from them in the past, and they've got LSU coming up next week on a short week. So I don't know, as bad as UTSA may be, as unpalatable as a team of a team as they may be to bet on, maybe they are worth a shot at plus 27.5. And we saw them earlier this year. They got a cover in a similar position against Arizona State, I believe it was. So maybe UTSA is a great bet. What do you think, Steve? What's your take on this game and these lines?
Yes, I don't know just how unpalatable UTSA is here. Mm-hmm. So let's take a look at this. You've already talked about Texas A&M's sort of annual November slide under Kevin Sumlin here. Texas A&M covered the first 4 games against the spread this year, and they failed to cover the last 6 in a row. So that is truly a slide there, certainly against the spread. This will be UTSA's 5th game in program history playing a ranked FBS opponent. Now, against the spread, they've only lost 1 of those previous games. So, okay, that's not a mind changer or game changer in people's minds, but a couple things really stand out to me in this one. Number one is what happened to UTSA last week. So their last game, and I've mentioned this before, and I know you agree with me, Peter, that a lot of college football bettors, especially for the smaller market teams like a UTSA, will bet according to what they have seen from box scores, okay, without doing, really in-depth research, the recreational bettors in particular. Last week's UTSA-Louisiana Tech game was deceiving by that box score. It was a 63-35 final. So it sounds like, when you just look at that score, sounds like a 28-point blowout, when UTSA was a 23-point underdog. But listen to what happened in that game. First of all, talking about Louisiana Tech versus FBS competition, if you want to measure their total offense by yards per play, Louisiana Tech is the #1 total offense in the nation. Okay, so super high-powered. And with just 3 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the game, this was a 14-point game. Okay, now remember, this was a 23-point spread. So 14-point game, just 3 minutes, 32 seconds, right after UTSA scored to make it that 14-point margin. They attempt an onside kick. What happens? Louisiana Tech returns the onside kick for a touchdown. Okay, wow, things went really south. So you think, oh, that's terrible. But Louisiana Tech is still up by just 21 points. So UTSA is still covering the spread. Well, then, as UTSA attempts their next drive, they throw an interception at their own 30-yard line. And with seconds left, Louisiana Tech elects not to take a knee, but run it in, get a last-second touchdown. And that's how they covered. So that's why this looks like it's 63-35. Again, you back it up 3 minutes, 32 seconds, and we got ourselves a 14-point ball game, which, by box scores, would look like UTSA gave the #1 offense in America quite a run for their money. On the other side, now looking at Texas A&M, it is common for SEC teams to take a kind of mid-November breath by playing a non-Power 5 team before their final regular season push. You could look at just this week as an example. Georgia plays Louisiana Lafayette. South Carolina plays FCS Western Carolina. Kentucky plays FCS Austin Peay. Alabama plays FCS Tennessee Chattanooga, and on and on. Typical SEC scheduling, so this is not unique to Texas A&M. This is very common. Since Kevin Sumlin has been the head coach at Texas A&M, in those mid-November take-a-breath games, his teams have failed to cover the spread by an average of 12.375 points per game. Failed to cover the spread per game. Texas A&M, you said this, they are on a short week entering this Saturday in preparation for an LSU team that A&M has never beaten since joining the SEC. That game is on Thanksgiving Day. It's the only FBS game on Thanksgiving Day. That game is huge for Texas A&M. So there's absolutely no way when they're particularly thin at quarterback and they are dealing with problems with their superstar Myles Garrett, physical problems, injuries, there's no way they're leaving in any starters any longer than they have to in this game. On the other side, UTSA, this should be the biggest crowd that they have ever played before in program history. And this is a team that does not quit no matter what the score is. And that Louisiana Tech game last week is a good example. They were down 35-7. So my conclusion as of right now, Peter, it could change between now and kickoff, but I don't think the two key factors are going to change here. The deceptive box score and what Texas A&M is going to be doing on the short week, looking ahead to Thanksgiving Day with LSU. So I like UTSA getting 27.5 points right now.
Wow, really nice breakdown, Steve. I think I might tail this one. And, of course, you have had a great record overall long-term for all the years we've been doing videos. This year, your record's a little bit down, but overall, you've had a winning percentage, I believe, over 55% in our videos. And, of course, at your site, your premium plays are much, much better even than that. Tell us a little about all that, Steve from collegefootballwinning.com.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, you said some people like to, judge a video one at a time and say, oh, what, a loser.
Which is their right. Which is their right.
It's their right to comment on that game, of course. But if they wanted to give an honest impression to everybody, they would say, well, how has anyone who does these videos, how have they done over all their videos that they've done? This is my 6th season doing videos with SBR. Going into this season, the first 5 years of doing videos, we did 125 video betting recommendations in college football, winning at a rate of 55.83% in these SBR videos. So nobody should panic when they see, 1 losing video, 3 losing videos, when you got a body of work that's, 125, 135 videos. So that's number one there. Number two is at collegefootballwinning.com. We're a company based on making college football betting recommendations using sets of algorithms. And we call those algorithmic betting recommendations our formula. Our formula lifetime, and this is current as of right now, Thursday, November 17, 2016, has beaten the spread at a rate of 55.66%. That's including this season. If you come to collegefootballwinning.com, where all we do is college football betting analysis all year round, we'll give you 10% off of any membership that we're currently offering by using coupon code SBR10, that's SBR10, and you can still, even for this last bit of the season, you can still get a 100% money-back guarantee with us.
Sounds great, Steve. UTSA plus 27.5 it is. Thanks so much. Talk to you again next week.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.